Hey guys, I'm back with another candle review, and this time around it's for the 14.5 ounce 3-wick My Sweet Sisters candle from Bath & Body Works, part of the Black History Month Trailblazers collection of the fragrances created by Gwen Gonzalez and the labels designed by Katria Judkins. The notes on this read sugared cinnamon, toasted hazelnut, and cake batter. And oh yeah, this one I was like super excited for because it's like the one gourmand fragrance in the collection. But after having burned it, this is totally weak and mediocre. Yeah, I'm really not stoked for it. Originally, I made comparisons to the Give Warmth Marble Chocolate Cupcake candle, but girl, this doesn't even like hold a candle to that fragrance. It's just like totally mediocre and weak. So yeah, it's kind of like a very diluted version of a cocoa roasted chestnuts type of candle, but like it's like so much more diluted than that. So what you get is a very subtle chocolate. It smells kind of like cocoa or cocoa powder, but it's not very strong, and it's nowhere near as obviously chocolate as like let's say the positively sweet dark chocolate truffles or hot cocoa and cream or hot fudge sundae. It's nowhere near as like heavily chocolatey or obviously chocolatey as any of those. It's very subtle, honestly, and it's kind of weird because the notes make no mention of chocolate, but the front blurb does talk about it being chocolate. So you get that, and then it's mixed with like this slightly like toasted nutty fragrance that kind of smells like coconut to me, to be honest. Kind of like the coconut crumbly action we got from the toasted coconut eclair s'mores and cookie candle that we had. Kind of like that. It says toasted hazelnut on here, but I guess it just gives it like a slightly like warm nutty quality to it. And then lastly, I get this like strange body care prettiness to it that's kind of like peppery and woodsy, similar to the peppery woodsiness that you get from that cocoa roasted chestnuts fragrance, as well as like Midnight Spell has a similar type of like just a body care undertone exists in this candle, and that's sort of like I don't know, peppery, woodsy quality. And it's nowhere near as perfumey or body care-ish as cocoa roasted chestnuts, but it still evokes a similar, like slightly inedible, perfumey undertone to it. But overall, the fragrance is just so incredibly weak that it's just like, even though I'm nitpicking all these notes, it's just a very light and subtle fragrance overall. That I just really don't get much when it's even burning, except for just like a very like subtle, like nondescript inedible chocolate fragrance. But I really don't get the sugared cinnamon in here either, and it's not really cake batter in like a warm, like cupcake type of way. We've gotten so many bakery fragrances from them that actually have more of a like true bakery essence to it, and this really doesn't give me that. I don't know. It's just weird how they're marketing these like non edible gourmand fragrances lately. So we had the cocoa roasted chestnuts, and that would just totally imply something full blown bakery or gourmand, but it wasn't. And then we also have this, which is supposed to be like a chocolate plus cake batter type of fragrance, but then it actually indeed is not really too edible, and it has a weird, like inedible undertone. And it's just weird how they do like that bait and switch thing with these recent gourmand fragrances. And I don't know if they do that because it's try to like cater to both, like, so because gourmand is not so in favor in recent years, maybe they still want to put out gourmand appearing fragrances like by cold, and then so it gets you to still buy it if you're a gourmand lover, but then for the people who don't really actually like gourmand that much, when they smell it they still smell a little bit of perfuminess, so it appeals to that. I don't know if this it's like a weird way for them to try to appeal to both gourmand and non-gourmand people, but it's just really strange that they keep doing this thing where it like appears to be a full-blown gourmand, but it actually isn't when you go to burn it. That it doesn't really satisfy either camps of people. I don't know, because it's just kind of like a once again like a bait and switch or like a deceptive type of labeling or naming and marketing to it. So I don't really understand what the logic is behind it, but kind of weird. But it is what it is. And so that was My Sweet Sisters. And let me go into the performance. This is the third burn. It has the core wicks on it, and it was like sooting like crazy. So I trimmed them back a little bit more, but now it's like has a really slow burn, and it took like a good, I would say like 2 to 3 hours to actually get a full complete melt pool on the third burn on this. Even though the first burn was very fast and vicious, but it's just one of those candles that kind of are finicky. As for the throw on this, it's very light. I would say no more than like a 2 to a 3. I would say maybe up to a like yeah like a 2 to a 3 even in a bedroom, and then like most certainly just like a 2 in an open concept area. I definitely don't smell this one too much, and it just once again seems like a very diluted subtle version of the cocoa roasted chestnuts fragrance. Overall, total one and done. I'm honestly not even really enjoying the one that I have here, but I'll just kind of burn it and finish it out. I feel like I'm already like at the mid-range point where it's past the exchange thing, so I'm not even gonna bother exchanging it. I'll just let it go and call it a day. So yeah, totally weak and mediocre. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.